didn't mean to break your string.
I traded all my pain for all your prices clothes off, but I'm not too old enough, and I didn't care too much. Who needs love? Not me. Who needs friends? I got me. Who needs fear? Me. Who needs sex? I got me. And gasoline. Seatbelts off across the state line. Speed up at the stop sign. And don't you fucking know this is the wrong side of the road. Whoa, whoa. The smoke pours out of the windows. It pushes us up the hill. And if we ain't died yet, maybe we never will. Cause this house is a drunk black hole that runs on nicotine and amphetamine. Us vultures pick apart the ashtray to make it through the day. And all toothbrushes are out because this isn't somebody's mom's house. Whoa, whoa. And there's a piece of the mirror in every room, but we can't figure out just where we put the broom. Well, I'm headed out south in the land of the pines, from my way through North Carolina, staring at the road and pray to God I see red lights. Well, I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. And rock me, mama, like a southbound train. the guitar, I'm thinking banjo now. Well, the North Country winters keep on getting me down. I lost my money playing poker, so I had to help and leave. But I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. And rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long toke, and he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap, Johnson City, Tennessee. Well, I gotta get a move on before the sun. With my baby calling mine, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Well, rock me, mama, like the wind in the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, 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 mama, rock me. This one's for every drug problem that got stopped in its tracks by trip to rehab. On its thrilling hills with you in the park. This one's for every friend that decided not to drop out and stay at their mom's house. I'll miss you on the street corner when it starts to get dark. Because tonight I'm crying about the crack house that I torn down in the center of town. And tonight I'm laughing about the army recruiting station. Ryan Reagan, here's to the rubble. I'll break through every window. Casket buried 60 feet for everybody's heroes. Here's to our lives being meaningless and how beautiful it is. Freedom doesn't have a purpose. This one's for every arsonist that got locked down before they burnt the cities down. All this seeing the skyscrapers on fire. This one's for every friend that got taken off the street so the upper class could sleep, so the upper class could sleep. On this spray paint and slash tires. Because tonight I can't smell the pigs around the corner. On the shortness of your breath. And tonight I can't taste the whiskey from across the room. And the scrumbling of your steps. Here's to the rubble. I'll break through every window. Get it buried 60 feet for everybody's heroes. Here's to our lives being meaningless. Oh, how beautiful crawl, some were bright-eyed, and some were dead on their feet. But they came from Broadway, from Soviet Georgia, East St. Louis, or from Paris, where they lived across the street. When they came, when they finally made it here, it was the least that we could do to make our welcome clear. Come on in. We haven't slept for weeks. Drink some of this. Sickle point, coloring your cheeks.
I go jog in, and it started like sprinkling on the back half. So I got to take off my shirt and run while giant drops of rain started before it started pouring. And then I got inside and it started pouring. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Let's put that on. Oh, I got a couple of minutes here before the Phenibut kicks in. I got some chemical modification going on, GABA antagonist, so probably won't be screaming here in 30 minutes. Let's just put it that way. The amount of rage I'll be able to conjure for you people will be minimal at best, especially since I'm post-run, post-push-ups, and post-pull-ups. So... you throw a GABA antagonist on top of that, and, well, I'm probably going to be a pretty relaxed dude for the rest of this evening. Good morning, and good evening, and whatever else, wherever you may be. Where was that thing I saved? I saved a thing. Oh, yeah, it was the quotes. Pierre Desproges. That's who it was. Cool. You can laugh about anything, but not with anybody. Yeah. So yeah. Who heard about the Utah kid? Oh, Kaiser, did you see about fucking Keffels? Apparently the fucking apparently Keffels was in the Canadian Communist Party. And like they didn't give her any support like over the whole like fucking swatting thing. Not only did they not support her over the doxing shit, they were actively talking shit about her and like throwing her under the bus. So you can always count on a commie for solidarity. Welcome, Kaiser. About to top just off my breast because I'm starting to feel really confident with them now. Rock on, Karina. Yeah, the Utah kid. So a girl bought. Jesus Christ. A girl beat a bunch of other kids in sports. She whooped their ass. She's a good athlete. Right, that happens. Some people are good athletes. Some people are good students. Some people are great with street and common sense. Some people are, super compassionate. Right? Some people are good at things. Right? This girl happened to be good at athletics. Well, she whooped a bunch of fucking kids' asses, and then the parents complained that she was, yes, exactly, Cupcake. Exactly. Bunch of the fucking parents said she's trans. She's clearly trans. I'm saying trans because that's not what they said. Yeah, they accused her of being trans. So the school and the state cooperated, opening her enrollment records all the way back to kindergarten to confirm she was biologically female. Yeah, non-binary. Yeah. Yep. Welcome to it. You thought the trans law was just going to affect trans kids, right? No, it's going to affect women of all types. Straight up. Young, old, cis, trans, doesn't matter. It's an anti-woman law. That's what it's about. Yep. The parents immediately turned around and accused the kid of being trans. The school cooperated. They popped open their records and proved it to the other parents, dating back to kindergarten. Oh, by the way, they did all of this without notifying the parents of the child they were investigating. Because kindergartners and preschoolers, Beard, aren't generally recognized as, they usually get enrolled as they're assigned at birth gender. So they popped it open all the way back to see if there was any inconsistencies or changes in the records or forgeries or falsifications or out-of-state records that were transferred in that were suspect. That's freedom, trademark. For you. PP inspection day. Hey, Dig. Did you get my tag, Dig? Just finished pouring over here, Dig. Yeah, they didn't even inform the parents. Yeah. No one can beat my kids. Nope. Your kids just suck, buddy. Whatever. Amherst, of course not. Of course not. For $9.99, you can buy 20% more Freedom brand. And if you subscribe now to Freedom Plus, you can get that for $14.99. And Freedom Plus Family Edition for $24.99 can be extended to 5 different accounts. Not available in all states. Not available in all states. Terms and conditions may apply. Void where prohibited. Oof. Zippy, I hate fucking driving in the rain, but good on you. I just hate driving in the rain because I'm here. If I were in Vermont, I'd be fine with driving in the rain. It's Vegas that freaks me out about driving in the rain. So, PP inspection day right after oral health day and vaccination day. Somehow I managed to read an essay out loud in Slavic Russian accent by accident. I mean, that's I suppose that's an accomplishment of some sort, right? It's fucking cold out. It's so hot today, I'm not ready. It's not cold here. I was just running shirtless, Dig. I was out in the rain running. Well, it started to rain while I was out for a jog. And I was like, oh, well, let's take my shirt off, right? Fucking big ass drops. First one hit me on the cheek. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was like bird shit or something. It was such a big fucking drop. And then when the second one hit, I was like, oh, we're doing this. So I took a break on the corner, took my shirt off, and had a good run while it started sprinkling. And then it poured once I got here. Okay, Karina. Duly noted. Have a mental image of Kai running half naked through the streets of Vegas, running into the sun with the rain behind. A rainbow of gay as fuck is expected. I am wearing my jock strap that I wore for out is bright red. It's bright red. So it would have been showing. It would automatically. I don't care. Bright red. So, yeah, it probably would have shown while I was running. What I meant by is the parents write their kid's gender on school enrollment, not the physician. The parents could have easily lied, make a mistake. I don't agree with the approach, but it really doesn't make sense. It's not affirmative. Beard, what are you doing thinking? We're talking about Mormons. Beard, we're talking about Mormons. Do you want, medical and scientific accuracy from Mormons? I know you're like, well, but it doesn't prove anything. Again, Mormons, Utah, Mormons. They believe magic underwear protects them from bullets and knives. So if you're looking for like logical consistencies from Mormons, I understand what I get where you're cut, but Mormons. More man. They want more men, not women. Clues in the name. Yep. Morons. I mean, Mormons are delusional. Never lived in Utah now. Yeah, Utah, at least from where I stayed, was hell, says Crimson. Yep. Good on you, Karina. Yeah, Mormons, man. I can't go any further than that. It's Mormons. Like, what do you... They believe the stupidest shit. I was about to... They're basically one step removed from Scientologists. They believe that, like, our God is a former Mormon, I guess, who gets to create their fucking... Like, if you're a good Mormon, you get your own planet to be God of. Like, that's heaven for Mormons. You get to go be God of a different planet, of an alien planet with, like, a whole other fucking... They're not exactly the most sane people. That's what I'm trying to get across here. Oh, good on you, Kaiser. Like a real root beer? Like old school? Like sarsaparilla? Luckily, it was only vacation. By the way, worst vacation I've ever had. I've only had a handful. Correct. Logic not required. I get Mormons, man. They're Mormons. Wait, Mormons worship Homestuck? I believe Homestuck probably got the idea from Mormonism. I'm not kidding you. It probably got yeah, it's probably a bit off from Mormonism, because it's not a new belief within Mormonism. That didn't just come along the last 5 years. Yeah, it's probably inspired by Mormonism. It's fucking goofy as shit. Oh, I mean, the founder of Mormonism was a fucking child rapist. I mean, Joseph Smith was a fucking child rapist. Like, he was a convicted fraudster and a child rapist. Like, that's, yeah. Just like the founder of Islam. Not a convicted fraud, but definitely a child rapist. Yeah. Let's see. There's the seer stones. Prior to using seer stones to translate the Book of Mormon, translate the Book of Mormon from golden tablets, Joseph Smith was arrested for swindling people out of their money with those same seer stones. In 1826, Smith was charged with being a disorderly person in the state of New York. Ooh, dig. Yeah, that... Hey, Max. Puka, why are so many of them that way? Did you make up new verses? I mean, make up new verses. Just pull it out of his ass. He just pulled it out of his ass. Dum da dum dum dum. Where's the where it isn't? Where it's just. Come on, let's do it. It's gonna get me tagged. I know it's gonna get me tagged, but fuck it, let's do it.
Joseph Smith was called a prophet. Dum 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 dum. He started the Mormon religion. Dum 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 dum.
There goes that kooky Joseph Smith. You know, he claims he spoke with God and Jesus.
Well, how do you know he didn't?
Dum 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 dum. Joseph Smith was called a prophet.
Hey, Joseph, I told my wife that you spoke with God and Jesus, and she didn't believe it.
Well, it's true, I did.
Where?
I was out in the woods, praying. I was asking God if I should be a Protestant or a Catholic or what, and suddenly God and Jesus appeared before me. And they said I should start my own church, because none of the others had it right. And that's exactly how it happened.
You see? You believe it now?
Well, yeah, sure. Why would he make that up?
Dum 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 dum. Many people believe Joseph. Dum 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 dum. And that night he saw an angel. Dum 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 dum.
And please bless Mother and Father, and please keep our bellies full of yum-yums and luscious goodies. Ah! Oh my gosh!
I am Moroni. I am a Native American.
A Native American? But your skin is white.
Yes, long ago all Native Americans were white. We all came to America from Jerusalem, and while we were here, we were visited by Christ.
Jesus lived here in America?
Yes, eventually my people were all killed by the other tribe of Israel. And as punishment, God turned their skin red. These are the Native Americans you know today. Dum 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 dum.
Aspen.
There is an ancient book buried near here, written on gold plates that account my people's lives. Also buried with the book are 2 seer stones, the Urim and Thummim, which will allow you to translate the writings. Find it and fulfill your destiny.
Wow.
Dum 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 dum. Joseph Smith was called a prophet. Dum 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 dum.
I found them! I found them! You're not gonna believe it, everybody! I found them!
Found what?
Another New Testament of Jesus Christ.
What?
Kaiser, when the Book of Mormon play came out on Broadway, the Mormon Church took a full page, took an ad on the back of the pamphlet of the program for the show. They rolled right with it. Yeah, this is the only good thing I can say about the Mormons. When South Park takes swings at them, they don't get pissy about it. It's the bet. Yeah. It's the only good thing I can say about the Mormons is they know how to roll with the punches.
Night, a native of Christ.
What?
Last night, a Native American angel told me where I could find another testament of Jesus Christ, so I went out to the woods. I dug around all morning where the angel had told me to look. Maybe there isn't anything out here. Wait a tick, what's this? Wow. Inside the stone box, I found the magical seer stones. Under that, I found 4 gold plates written in strange writing. This must be the gospel that Jesus told the Nephites.
Sure.
They were the most amazing things I'd ever gazed upon.
Wolf, so where are they?
Where or what?
The gold plates and the seer stones, where are they?
Oh, well, I was not allowed to take them. You see, after I found the plates, the angel Moroni appeared to me again and said that I am not allowed to show the plates or the seer stones to anybody, because first I must translate what's written on the plates into English, so you can all read it.
Dum 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 dum.
Wow! Amazing!
He found the stones and golden plates. Dum 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 dum. Even though nobody else ever saw them. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
What's this all about, Mr. Smith?
Mr. Harris, can you keep a secret?
Well, sure I can.
I have, in my possession, an ancient book written on gold plates that tells of Jesus Christ's second coming, here, in America.
In America? Really? That sounds kind of...
Dum 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 dum.
It's true, and I'm going to translate the plates
Saying
and
about
publish it into a book for the whole world to read. Now, I know you have a lot of money, Mr. Harris, and I'm just going to need a little bit to pay for the publishing costs.
I don't know. How do you expect to translate it?
With these.
Rocks?
They're not rocks, they're seer stones, given to me by an angel.
Rocks?
With them, God allows me to translate the plates into English. Watch. You take this quill and paper and write down what I say.
No,
Sit
South
here.
Park Studios
I
on
have the
South
golden
Park.
plates here in this hat. I need to have them somewhere dark so I can read the spiritual light.
Really?
Now, when I put the seer stones into the hat, the ancient letters light up and change to English, which I can then read to you.
Wow!
Ooh, I'm seeing the light. Oh, okay, write this down. And so, it was that Christ appeared before the Nephites.
And that's how the Book of Mormon was written. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Martin went home to his wife. Dum 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 dum. And showed her pages from the Book of Mormon. Dum 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 dum.
And so Joseph Smith put his head into a hat and read to me what the golden plate said. I wrote it all down and we're gonna publish it into a book.
Martin, how do you know he isn't just making stuff up and pretending he's translating off golden plates?
Lucy Harris, smart, 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 smart.
Why would he make it up?
Martin Harris, dum dum dum.
All right, here. I'm gonna hide these pages. If Joseph Smith really is translating off of golden plates, then he'll be able to do it again. But if Joseph Smith is making it all up, then the new translations will be different from these.
Okay, fine. I bet he'll have no problem.
Lucy Harris, smart, smart, smart. Martin Harris, dumb. So Martin went on back to Smith, said the pages had gone away. Smith got mad and told Martin he needed to go pray. Dum 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 dum.
Look, I'm sorry about losing the pages we worked on, Joe, but I'm ready to write it all down again if you translate from the plates.
I would love to, Martin. Except, I just had a vision. And the Lord said he is very angry with me for letting you take those pages.
He is?
Yeah.
Dum 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 dum.
Yes, he is so mad that he will never let me translate from the plate of Lehi again. He said we must now translate from the plate of Nephi. So it will be the same basic story, but written a little differently.
No, that's their distributor.
Wow. If God got angry
That's
with
their
you, then
distributor.
you must be telling the truth.
Dum 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 dum.
All right, Martin, let's get to work.
God. So there's the story of Joseph Smith. For those of you who have never heard the South Park rendition of the story of Joseph Smith, it's absolutely absurd. And to answer your question, Karina, Paramount doesn't even have the final distributorship. Paramount Global is their distributor. I believe it's Paramount Global Distribution Group is their current distributor, but they inked a $900 million deal with somebody else for distribution rights for a while. South Park Studios is their production company. It's moved up to... Their current, 2007 to present is South Park Studios. And that's that's their own production company. That's who's been responsible for the production and ownership of South Park. Matt and Trey own the rights to South Park. They license those rights. They give distribution rights or exclusivity rights to various groups. And one of those groups, I believe, Viacom bought distribution rights. Yeah, Viacom CBS bought distribution rights for South Park to keep it on Comedy Central through 2027 for $900 million. But yeah, Paramount is their the distribution, a global distribution group. Viacom CBS is who is allowed to actually put out South Park. Yeah. It's the $900 million deal is like one of the biggest deals ever struck in TV. Like, sincerely, it kicks the shit out of everybody. Like, it's a big fucking deal. Yeah, I've seen The Expanse. Isaac Hayes died in like 2008. Kaiser, yeah, that's Isaac Hayes. They killed off Chef before then though because of because he got pissy because of Scientology. He was fine shitting on every other religion in existence, But when they finally took a shit on Scientology, Isaac Hayes got pissy because he was a Scientologist. So they used clips of him and literally turned him into Darth Vader for a world-traveling boy-fucking cult group. Not kidding. That's what they did to his character. When he got pissy that they wouldn't that they wanted to shit on his stupid idea. They're like, okay, so not only will you not be voicing Chef anymore, we're going to turn your character into literal Darth Vader pedophile. Go fuck yourself. No, that timeline isn't even right, Max. He departed in 2006. He died in 2008. There's a possibility it was, dude, the letter was in his name. Like, yeah. Fox. Okay. So for those of you who are wondering, okay, well, I heard that it was released in his name. So Roger Friedman, an American gossip blogger who works for Fox News, is the one who said that. Not kidding. You're repeating a Fox News gossip columnist. So, yeah. Yeah, the timeline doesn't line up at all. He was in 2000. He left in 2006. He died in 2008. The letter was released in 2006. There's 2 years worth of difference between him dying and actually leaving the show. The person who reported that is a Fox News gossip columnist for Fox 411 news columnist on Fox News between 1999 and 2009. He now writes for Showbiz 411, an entertainment news and film blog. Yeah. He has been caught out lying outright about shit multiple times. Multiple times. Some of the comments made about him, do they hold him to journalistic standards, or does he just get to slander people with impunity? That's New York Times reporter Sharon Waxman, who he had a penchant for repeatedly attacking. The Jewish telegraphic agency Micah Rosenberg also wrote a review, and he came after Micah as well in his piece as well. There's no one in the pocket quite like Roger. It's almost, what do you want him to write? So I'm going to stick with the original story that was contemporaneous to the time and not changed after the fact. Chef's chocolate salty balls. Yep, non-binary. It was a good era. I don't have a favorite dinosaur. I wasn't a dinosaur kid, Karina. Yeah, I've said that before. So, let's see. Which one's that? Pterosaurs aren't dinosaurs. Wait a second. Aspen, you're wrong. Wait a second. I know this one. Aspen, I just saw that one. Pterosaurs aren't dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure they're not dinosaurs. I just saw a fucking dinosaur expert on this one just the other day. I watched a video on this one just like last week. It was dinosaur like, fuck it. It was on Wired. They had a fucking paleontologist or some shit on, and he was explaining that exact difference. They're not dinosaurs. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Okay, so yes, this guy, Hans fucking, what's his name? Dr. Hans Swiss or Seuss. I think it's Hans.
I'm paleontologist Hans Seuss. Today
Hans
I will
Seuss.
be answering your
Yes.
questions from Twitter. This is Dino Support.
See if I can find this.
A bird skull. So these little dinosaur bumps on them, you can see them when you take at Mr. Soak.
I think this is the one. I think they have a couple of things with him.
Color and gradually filled in all of the spaces in the bone. Sometimes the actual bone is still pretty much preserved, but in most cases the bone has changed.
Index your
ever so
shit, Wired.
slightly, so that it's no longer possible, for instance, to
Yes.
graph. In case of the best, to make names.
That's the naming.
Asking for.
Yeah, there's the T-Rex question.
A full of cold-blooded. Well, how long did the dinosaur? The price?
I don't fucking remember where in this video it was. But yeah, I remember this explanation.
See them side where animals up to, because the bone nodes, and that's where the large flight fells in a bird insert. At Mr. Soak, us has bones about 90 region really cool.
I'm not gonna
And so
keep looking. I'm not gonna keep looking. It's this dude though. If you want to go like watch a video, there we go.
Since ever.
There we go.
Since when were pterodactyls not dinosaurs? Since ever. Dinosaurs and pterodactyls are related, but pterodactyls have nothing to do with dinosaurs. They have an early common ancestor, but they diverged in their evolution quite dramatically. Pterodactyls became flying creatures, wings very different from those of birds, whereas dinosaurs were mostly land-dwelling animals, and only a few forms later on evolved into birds, which have very different looking wings. At Trooper Snooks asks the question of the day. Why did the early mammals and birds and fish, like sturgeon, etc.
Yeah, their bone structure, like they don't even fly the same. They legitimately don't even fly the same. If you look at like a pterosaur, if you look at a pterodactyl's fucking, like they're working, like they're pushing to fucking, they look like us with their arms extended, basically just fucking, they're working for it. Yeah, it's an entirely different flight mechanism even. Yeah, not dinosaurs at all. Also, let's just have a good chuckle here. Just have a good chuckle here for a second. This is estimates. This is estimates only. This is from Ukraine. Take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. Yeah, and I'm not a dinosaur guy. I've never been a dinosaur kid. I was never a dinosaur kid. I never gave a shit about dinosaurs. Yeah. So, anyway. But yeah. You're really letting a fire under the part of me that still wants to become a paleontologist? I mean, go for it, Ramsey. You got a decent shot at, cheap education in your part of the world, too. Here, we'd be like, fuck, you would have spent 120 grand? It's because we gay. Kaiser, were you not a dinosaur kid either? Because you're like my level of gay, Kaiser. Like, you may even be a little bit beyond my... You're just more effeminate about it, that's all. But, like, I feel like you're on the same level of gay, Kaiser. I recognize that. I respect it. Were you not a dinosaur kid either? Is that just one of those things that, like, if you're really, really gay kid, you're just like, yeah, I don't give a shit about dinosaurs. Fuck it. Says Ramsey, even if we fucking not really big on dinos, yes, cool. Yeah, all right. So half these numbers, even still, these numbers are stupid, right? Yeah, exactly. It's still really impressive. These numbers are fucking the fact that they've lost boats, the fact that they lost their flagship, is still one of the funniest things in the world. Red Witch. Yeah, I had lots of Hot Wheels and stuff like that. Tools and fucking cars. I don't know. Either way, I was a really straight gay kid. The fact that they've lost boats in this war is one of the funniest things to me. It really is. They lost their flagship. Not even a naval war. It's a land war. Yeah, didn't lose it in a naval conflict. That's the they're just... God. Guy in the UK dropped out of school at like 16, worked in a dino museum in the US, ended up authoring papers on specimens, got accepted to journals, was so awarded the Master of Science and recognition of being published researcher. Che, once upon a time, to be an amateur was a good thing. Isaac Newton was an amateur. Leonardo da Vinci was an amateur. Like, that's like, once upon a time, the only difference between amateur and professional is income, basically. That's the long and short of it, is income. Yeah, like, it's a big deal. Like, once upon a time, it was a very noble thing to be considered an amateur because you weren't being corrupted by the pursuit of making a living at it. You were doing it because it was a passion. You were doing it because it was an interest. You were doing it because you had pursuit. Darwin had a theological education. He was just a gentleman scholar. Oh, Jesus, Kaiser. My roommate is gay and loves death metal and a death metal band. I wouldn't consider it a sexuality a limitation. It's just Hollywood's perception of it. Darwin had I'd go to Alberta to study paleontology. It's the only reason I'd stay in our transphobic province. Oh yeah, Cupcake. It was probably missiles. He's not an honorary scientist. Is an engineer a scientist? Okay, this is where we're gonna have to. Okay, a scientist is a person who conducts scientific research to advance knowledge in an area of interest. Now, scientific research is classified as any activity under this utilizing the scientific method, which is an empirical method of acquiring knowledge and characterized development of science in the last since the 17th century. So. Are engineers scientists? Is the question. I agree, Marcus. I believe it's just an applied science, as rather than a research scientist or a theoretical scientist, right? Like it's just an applied scientist. So Bill Nye is a scientist. Now his degree may be honorary. Good luck with that, Switzerland. I just saw that, Amorous. Good luck with that. I definitely are from talking to my engineer friend, says Ramsey. Yes, he did. Yeah, Nye worked for Boeing. For a bit. Let's see. Yeah, he was a mechanical engineer for Boeing in Seattle. The hydraulic resonance suppressor tube used on 747s is his. He created it. He literally invented it. So if you know, there you go. Like there's a common part on every 747 basically in existence, that apparently is a useful part. Totally his invention. So yeah. He left Boeing though to pursue comedy. Not kidding. Local sketch comedy show. Yeah, that's what. So, and then he became a science educator of sorts. Oh, I'm hungry. I need something in my stomach. Oh, okay, Caboose, he used to be. Yeah, he used to be. New Bill Nye annoys the shit out of me. Old Bill Nye, got no problem with. None whatsoever. But that fucking cringe-ass Netflix show shit he did can fuck right off. That show was garbage. That fucking song that he sung about gender or sexuality, dude, just Bill. Please go back to teaching people about like climate change and shit. That was the most cringe ass shit I've ever seen. Oh, it was bad. Bill Nye the Trying Guy. Oh. The ice cream video gave the right wing way too much ammo. Was that what it's called? The ice cream video? Yeah, I'm all for transpositive education and all, but can you actually bring people who know what they're talking about on the show to educate people? I know, right? Yeah, I hate the Netflix version. Shit got personal after that. He's a BS and mechanical engineer, honorary doctorates from Hopkins, Rutgers, Wilmette, and Lehigh. Jesus Christ. Max, I wouldn't be that sure. There's more people in the U.S. probably that saw that show that are more freaked out about you than were convinced by that song. Like, have you seen that song? That song. It was, dude. Yeah. Like, that song didn't help. My vagina has its own name. Oh, God. It didn't help. Look, I mean, like Caboose was saying, like, we're all for fucking trans education, but that was one of the most cringe-ass moments in the history of fucking TV, and it was not helpful. The right picked up on it immediately and just ran with it for like 6 fucking months. Ugh. God. Axel, you really don't. It's just, you're just like, God, just, ugh. Karina, also a trans person. Oh yeah, that song was awful and was a whole different shit show. The ice cream video is different too. Okay, yeah, I don't know the fucking name of any of those songs. If they have names, I don't know. All I know is that song did not help the situation. It was at a critical moment, and it was like, Bill, just let somebody else talk, Bill. Let a trans person talk on this topic, Bill. Don't try and do a rap breakdown for us, Bill. Please don't. You're an old white man. Don't fucking try and yo it up for the kids, yo. It was, God, that song was awful. How do you do, fellow kids? Red Witch, non-binary here, and I was livid when that happened. Max, that's probably not a hard bar to get over though. A hard bar to get under though, is it? Like, it's not really. I'm guessing your parents probably set a pretty low bar. Sorry, a difficult bar to get over. Yeah, I'm guessing your parents probably set a pretty low bar. As I almost looked it up, and now I'm not gonna. A Ramsey in the Netherlands. Even over here, right wingers were like, "This is what happens if we let the lefties go crazy. Look how stupid and crazy this sounds." Yeah, it made the rounds around the world. Even it didn't just fuck up shit for trans people here. It fucked up shit for trans people in Europe, right? I'm telling you, as much as he was trying to help, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that Bill Nye was trying to help. But the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So we'll leave it at that. The show is probably that show probably slowed some of my acceptance of trans stuff. From the perspective as an outsider, it felt really like, okay, these people are just crazy and trying to push some weird ideology as scientific. Yeah, it didn't help. It didn't help. It hurt. It hurt. Yeah. Yeah, go back to the bench on this one, Bell. I'm not like mean about it, but they didn't really try to understand. It's whatever. Plenty of people have it worse than me. Still, Max. Max, always remember this. Just always remember this, Max. There's far more eloquent ways to put this, but this is my favorite way to put this, Max. How does your suck make my suck any less, right? Somebody else's suck doesn't make your suck any less. You're allowed to have negative experiences in this world. And just because somebody has a worse negative experience than you doesn't mean your negative experience is any less than. Right? Your suffering, your discomfort, your experiences are no less valid, no less severe, no less impactful on your life than anybody else's, just because you perceive their suck to suck worse than yours. That's all. Now, if you can use that perspective to emotionally boost yourself and to pull yourself out of a dark hole, do what you got to do. That's a perfectly viable tool. That's a perfectly viable way of looking at things and operating. But yeah, don't ever let like that sort of like, well, they have it worse, so what can I? No, you had it. You know, it wasn't good. It's okay to look at it that way. Having a neurologist on the show would have helped a lot, Sis Caboose. I mean, having anybody on that show would have helped a lot. Hold on. I assure you, dear farmer, running Doom on this tractor is a key political factor in the right to repair movement. And it is. It is. And for those of you who aren't around, the John Deere, like a couple of the main lines of John Deere products have been jailbroken. And the first thing they did is run Doom on it. I'm not kidding you. They jailbroke it, and then they ran Doom on it. So it really actually is. Getting Doom running on a platform is the first like proof that the platform is truly open, that we've truly like freed the hardware. Amorous, it's just a normal test to see if things work correctly. Yeah. Oh, a Cupcake. No, John Deere's worse than Apple. I mean that with all my heart. John Deere's way worse than Apple. They're way worse than Apple when it comes to closed platforms and closed ecosystems and fucking way worse. Way worse. They control the food supply. I'm not kidding you. John Deere tractors are like critical in some portions of this country to like food supply. I have Amorous. I think I've seen every iteration of Doom running on something now. when they put it on something new like that, it usually comes across my feed. Zippy, yeah, they ran Doom on it. The tractors are running an antiquated, unpatched Linux kernel on Windows CE hardware with an over-the-air modem. That is what they found. The reason it took so long to jailbreak Doom. How do you not know what Doom is, Zippy? Doom? Vidya game. It's a Vidya game. Zippy needs some time to play some Doom. I'll give you your points back. It's funny. Oh, somebody, a fucking mod can do it before I can. If you fucking Cupcake, if you're there in the mod panel, fucking throw some points back at Amorous. Oh, we were poor. Oh, Zippy, I'm sorry. Yeah, Doom is you can run Doom on it just about anything. Zippy, that's the joke. Is you can basically get Doom running on anything if you're good enough at what you're doing. Point cheated. Thank you, Cupcake. Yep, someone programmed Doom on a calculator once. Yeah, probably a TI-84. My favorite was people getting Doom to run on Doom. Yes. Yeah, the nested Dooms are always fun. I personally like just Doom running on bespoke hardware, like the pregnancy test. I love shit like that. When you can get Doom running on something that in no way, shape, or form was ever designed to run a video game. I love shit like that. Doom in Minecraft. Yep. It's the test. At this point, it is the test, basically. Can it run Doom? Okay, so I'm going to need to get some food in me. John Deere shit was arguably partially responsible for our right-wing farmer protests. This is just one of the things that fucked the farmers over. How long until CRISPR ends up in us making Doom homunculi? Yeah, here. Yeah, I don't care about you. There you go. Okay, so it took 2 years to make. It uses data packs, command blocks, and a custom resource pack. It was done by Sibaji, apparently. Made Doom in Minecraft. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is this... There we go. Fuck your stupid embed. God, I fucking... There we go. Whoever IGN's fucking embedded player is garbage, and I hope they fuck it. I hope it tears their website down. And then you think that's something. Hold on. There's even crazier. Wait for it. Those are sheep in Minecraft. Had to rickroll you a little bit. Yeah. There's no, Max, it's literally run on the sheep. It's redisplayed on the sheep. You can put anything on the sheep in Minecraft if you're clever enough. Yeah, they're playing Doom on sheep in Minecraft. There's nothing you can't really run Doom on at this point. It's brilliant. And so you just sort of have to roll with those punches. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. What the fuck is going on in chat already? Sonya, I understand that feeling. All right. Marcus, I don't say this often, but fucking white people. I love the stories about Rick Astley, of how like people when Never Gonna Give You Up fucking comes on the radio back in the day, a lot of people thought he was black. Like a lot of people thought he was black. A lot of fucking people thought he was black. You have to understand, like most people know Rick Astley is white because you've seen the video a billion times, but if you heard this dude on the radio, a lot of people showed up to his concerts expecting a black dude, and this little skinny twink, this little white twink walked out. Fucking Rick Astley back in the day was just this little fucking skinny white boy. Max, yeah, it's fairly new. I'm aware of the video. I mean, here's the dude. All right. So, all right, hang on. Let's just really quickly. All right. Okay, that voice is coming from him. That's a contemporary picture to that song. That's where that voice is coming from. Nobody expected that. You would hear that song on the radio. You'd buy tickets to the concert. You'd go and you'd be like, who's this white boy? And then the voice would come and you'd just be like, what the fuck? The voice is too deep for the dude. Yeah. I mean, it could be late Motown. Yeah, says Marcus. Yep. I assumed a lot of my parents' classic rock albums were women. That feels right. Yeah, pre-internet, of course. Nobody expects the white boy inquisition. You know? Yeah, I mean, that's the truth of the matter is, you know, we were talking about this last night. Look at me. I'm a bass. Look at my fucking scrawny white ass. My voice is down in an F sharp 2 register. Like that's where I hang out key wise. So, you know, when you hear this down here, this is about an F sharp 2. It's about where I am. So, like, that's, you know, yeah, I'm scrawny white boys. What are you going to do? Fucking some of us just rock deeper voices. It's weird. But yeah, Rick Astley fucking, there's a lot of those stories from his youth that people were like, what's going on? I'm not going to sing Marvin Gaye. I've done 16 tons on the air before, and I'm pretty sure I fucked with Zippy's head a little bit when I did. That's my go-to. If I want to pitch down, I use just 16 tons because I can hit that pretty easily. I didn't watch this particular video, but some guy managed to make a pineapple pizza, but every part of it has pineapple. Let's just say I froze at the thought. You double checked. Your range is F sharp 2 to an F sharp 5. I don't think I could pitch up to an F sharp 5, but I'm down to I pitch down when I do like another day deeper in debt. I can drop down to about an E2 or a D2 sometimes. But yeah, it's just I have to warm up. Yeah, Zippy, I remember it. Yeah, because you drop, like, you got to get up. Fucking, but yeah, what was it? This is no vocal warm up whatsoever. Sorry. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Yeah, I can drop from about 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Yeah, that's an E2. It's an E2. So yeah, with no metronome, no beat, nothing in the background, just acapella. Yeah, I can drop to about an E2 on the deeper in debt. So yeah, that's always if I want to metric my voice, I just use 16 tons because I'm in a bass register for my voice. It's where I hang out. So yeah, that F sharp 5 is way high for me. RPM pretty much denied the cost of living crisis and wanted to wait for the actual official numbers from the Bureau of Economic Policy Analysis, but now they told him, yeah, no, shit is fucked, and he's really trying to wiggle his way out of his promises that he'd do. They told him it was necessary. Hey, Ramsey, in your like native Dutch, right? What is the Bureau for Economic Policy Analysis? Like, just type it in chat. What's it look like? What do you call that thing in Dutch? Yeah, like I like Jurassic 5. That's that fucking I love that sort of vocal register. The UK's being the UK again. What are they up to? Oh, it's pink news. So, anti-trans professor Kathleen Stock condemned for suggesting parents should declare trans kids. Wait, what? Like, undeclared trans-identified offspring. Wait, what? Okay, sure. Whatever. The Central Plan Bureau, CPB, is more commonly, but most people. Okay. Yeah, like I love like see if I can find him really quickly. Yes, there we go.
Well, it's the verbal Herman monster, the word enhancer, sick of phony mobsters, controlling the dance floor. I'm in them dark places, catch you.
This is
when
my
you
vocal
start
range.
naked. Your heart races as we pump you for your chart spaces. That taunt tastes me bringing these hot styles through. Some of you bum a few cheers from shock value. Word power can plow through acres of cornfields. Paragraphs cut like warm steel, perform ill.
Jurassic 5. Totally slept on. Most people sleep on Jurassic 5. Love that you know, Max. After they declared parents must put a big red T on all their clothes. Yeah, that's where I hang out vocally. And so yeah, that's the funny stories about Rick Astley. Everybody thought he was this black dude. singing like Motown and shit when he was originally touring. And then this little twink would walk out and fucking hit these notes. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? Mr. Added to the library. Oh yeah, rock on. Quality Control is also another really good song for them. What's Golden by Jurassic 5 is a perfect song to start with. Perfect introduction into their group dynamic. Quality Control is an album and a song. It's the eponymously titled, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, Quality Control. Check the album, but check the song Quality Control. That's a good place to start as well. Yeah, Fugue, they explained it already. Basically, if you're going to discuss trans issues, you should have fucking say whether you have a trans kid. It's a conflict of, she's claiming it's a conflict of interest thing. That's basically. Later, Dig. What? The verbal Herman Munster. See? I mean, I might even be a note or two lower than him. Well, it's kind of us when we first hear Marcus on voice calls and somebody tells us, we're like, what? I mean, I knew going in, like, about Marcus. But then, yeah, the first time I heard Marcus, I was like, wait, what? But Marcus is also betrayed by his education. Sorry, Marcus. We need black activists to declare their ethnic origins in order to prevent a conflict of interest. Beast, solid analogy, Beast. Solid analogy. Who's the other dude who used to rap really fast? The Big Fro. Does anybody know this one? He was younger when his first song came out. Big Fro in the video, fucking really speedy rapper. Yes, because Eminem rocks a big fro. For sure. No, it's a bunch of years back, Beast. Well, I mean, Luda would definitely. I forget, not as big as Ludacris. Forget that motherfucker's name. See and Sing. See and Sing. Caboose. I think Sing it. The software is Sing and C, but their domain is C and C. No. Okay, cool. There you go. Link in chat if you need it. No, Karina, it's not him. But for the life of me, that one's gone. I don't remember. It's barely in there. Like, I remember the video. There was multiple iterations of him in the video. There were multiple iterations of him in the music video. Like, it was one of those sort of situations. But it wasn't Afro Man. He was younger. I forget. Let's see if I can find a list here. Okay, so none of these. Okay, language. There we go. See if any of these names kick a. Where are these? Okay, these are the songs. Hey, None Like Joshua. I know that one actually. I actually like his flow. There we go. I think.
The mind, the flow, ridiculous.
Yeah, this is him. So, what was the song? What was the fucking song? Okay, so I found him. There it is. Found it.
Family.
I am a literal, lyrical little nigga with an ear full of peer, mirror, sheer, interfered, clear middlemen, flowing active, coping out with the coke bag, hold back, flow chance, shows growing in advance, knowing the fast, blowing the past, hoping and coping and knowing the dance, flowing and roaming and leaving us over the dope of the beat, the slow of the stand.
I love fast rappers. I love fast
on the
rappers.
killer marker, on the somber, cocky villain with Islamic scriptures, twist the picture, ripping, swiveling in his slither, in the image, killing off a minute, sipping with your mama in the office, kicking on a liver, cinnamon bitches, dropping titty zombies over the city, posting ovaries in them, stirring the soup. First, earning a loot, earn worse words, you're a doofus. Sold out. Rule 4, rule town, lower pound, sure mal, white, cheesy people like you, full house.
No, this is Afro. This is
even bleeding sheep rolling down, even Stevens dreaming of meeting the master. That's KRS.
This is Afro when he was 17, Max. Fucking Gift Gab is fucking with Rugged and Afro. This is just Afro.
The rest half-assed,
This is when he was 17.
Let's begin it like this. The definition of a rap flow. I'ma reinvent it like this. Medicine, eminent, feminine, sentimental with edges of letter metal, settled and visual. Listen to Ed, a minimum, letting them ripping a little bit, sending a villain, I'm feeling a little bit envy, in a bit envy, with a heavy rhythm, sending rhythm and training, lazy, raising, amazing aces, the Asian faces, stay your lane in the rapist, cave and laden and safe havens. Master is the hazardous, half magical, black kid stabbed and catapult, rap fashionable, I'm half of animals, slash cannibalistic, aneurysm trapped in the mandible, rap and wisdom in a land of old. MC Rock him taught me to grab the microphone and slap the mighty hoes or try to pry you from a snotty nose. I am on the word of savior, robbing all the virgin players, calling urban betrayers to swerving lies. I'm in the urge for learning of the maker, serving a murderous rage, a Sherman and burning it with affirmative data, earning the wit, burning the matches. 16-year-old kid murdering burdens, asserting the damage. Motherfucker, you don't understand. Kick you in the head like all Ray did. The Macklemore legend never die. Stop phasing out, avoid that annoying. Groovy now. Afro's flow, fuck your head up. Hey, let's begin it like this. The definition of a rap flow. I'ma reinvent it like this. Feeling so groovy now.
That's Afro. A-F-R-O. Afro. Definition of a rap flow. Yeah. Homie is
Afro. What's up, y'all? I am a literal, lyrical little nigga with an ear full of peer, mirror, sheer, interfered, clear middlemen, flowing active, coping out with the coke bag, hold back, flow chance, shows growing in advance, knowing the fast, blowing the past, hoping and coping and knowing the dance, flowing and roaming and leaving us over the dope of the beat, the slow of the stand. Tokyo monster. Godzilla rockin', knockin', illa stomping on the killer marker, on the somber, cocky villain with Islamic scriptures, twist the picture, ripping, swiveling in his slither, in the image, killing off a minute, sipping with your mama in the office, kicking on a liver, cinnamon bitches, dropping titty zombies over the city, posting ovaries in them, stirring the soup. First, earning a loot, earn worse words, you're a doofus. Sold out. Rule 4, rule town, lower pound, sure mal, white, cheesy people like you, full house, Mike, seeing evil, even bleed.
right. This is what I was trying to think of. It's Afro. Yeah. This is what was in my head. And they say rap isn't real music. Dude, being able to do that, like the oration skill that it takes to do that, but then also the musical like brain to be able to like pattern the words to match the music. You have to be in there so tight when you're doing it that speed, right? Like that's Eminem shit. Like that's Eminem shit. Like that's when you're hearing like, you know, you're hearing like quarter, eighths, sixteenths. You're like in there so deep. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That's who I was after, was Afro. And then none like Joshua is fucking great too. He's fun. He's a white boy.
Dave from Born to Band Production, and I'm none like Joshua. So, here we go. Oh hi, I'm that guy, but I don't really care if you don't subscribe. Maybe you want the same crap with the lame rap, but I state facts and I rape tracks. So the lies wanna stay back cause I hate that, but it ain't bad, going way too fast. Say you mad when I'm rapping on another one, never even think about what you wanna see like. Can you please with the lyrics on the screen? What can make you think I wanna teach you how to read? Find that I'll sign the line, I try to shine cause my replies I'm so fly, but I would never want to braggadocio. So I put a different meaning in my notes, you know. Whatever floats your boat, smoke a dope, or choke a croak, or beat it in till I broke your dome. I don't think I'll ever be the kind of person that can put a price up on the fame side. The mind while I came to find a guy right to play, finally decides he wants to be paid. No shame for the sake of the brain. So I'm taking this game and making my name. It stays the same, you can't change, but it's one of the same. But I ain't afraid to wanna tame the untamed, and I'm breaking all the chains, you would place them away. Dope step, you can't rap over this, don't have an accent, don't master it. You're not clever enough, you never said a pun. What can make you think that I would give a fuck? I'm not from the UK, don't know what you say. Rapping on track about how you're gangster, not a wanker. Rapping about how you're still getting all this paper. Hey man, you should rap video games. Well, I guess it's a different kind of fame. You think you rappers don't know your gamers? How we wanna make a hit without major labels? Rapping over tracks with Nicki and Taylor? No thanks, I would rather rap about Fable. I could be good at evil, EDM leader who stood with the people.
Wait for it. Here you go.
So there you have it. Dave from Born to Band on the beat. And like Joshua is me. How about round two? Oh hi, I'm that guy, but I don't really care if you don't subscribe. Maybe you want the same crap with the lame rap, but I say facts on the rape type. So the vlogs wanna stay back cause I hate that, but it ain't bad, go way too fast. Say you mad when I'm rapping another one, never even think of it, think about what you wanna see like. Can you please leave this on screen? What can make you think I'm gonna teach you to read? Find that I signed the line, I try to sign my replies that.
He's not as musically talented as a lot of the rappers, but his oration skills are insane. I like None Like Joshua just for his oration skills. His ability to enunciate words at 210 beats per minute and still fully say the word and not skip it. Right? I appreciate that. Yeah. Have I ever listened to any French rappers? Probably. Who am I thinking? Who's the German one? Who's my German guy? Was good with his lips, teeth, and tongue. Yep. Yeah, no, Aspen, he really does hit every syllable. Like it's his oration skills are absurd. Yeah, like None Like Joshua's badass, like as a speaker, right? His musical talent isn't as good as somebody like Afro who knows how to get you moving, right? There's no way you don't listen to an Afro fucking song and you're just like bopping with it, right? None Like Joshua is like a speedrunner. He's an athlete. Oh yeah. Asia, song. Yeah, for sure. What is it? Who's my German guy? Who's that dude? Captain something. Peng. It's Peng. Captain Peng. That's it. For those of you who've never heard fucking Captain Peng, yeah.
Logbucheintrag 612. An meinem Fenster fliegen Menschen vorbei.
Super based guy too, by the way.
Nach all den Jahren kann ich immer noch nicht fassen. Woraus? Hat sich dieser ganze Kram erschaffen? Hat er sich von 0 auf 100 in den Raum gesetzt? Ohne zu fragen, vom Nichts ins Jetzt, einfach so. Und aus sich selbst heraus und gibt den ganzen Tag heimlich sich selbst Applaus, während Billiarden Formen wachsen und sich zu halbbewussten Wesen formen lassen. Es war Gott, aha, und wer hat Gott erschaffen? Ich finde, dabei will doch irgendwas nicht passen. Fassen wir jetzt nochmal zur Übersicht zusammen. Das Nichts, der Urknall, Menschheit, Untergang. Nee, Moment, stopp, das ist zu einfach und zu ausgedacht. Wir werden schon von all den anderen Weltraumrassen ausgelacht, als die nix checkenden, sich selbst zerstörenden, verrückten, deprimierten, die nix sehen und nix hören. Die um sich schlagenden, verängstigten, Bekloppten, die vergaßen, was sie waren und
super based. If you're wondering what he's talking about, he's actually fucking talking about really based ass shit. It's a song about like philosophy. You know, where did all this stuff come from? Did he sit in his room from 0 to 100 without asking, from now to nothing, just like that in of itself? It secretly applauds itself all day long while quadrillion forms grow and let themselves be formed into semi-conscious being. It was God. Who created God? I think it's something wouldn't fit here. Let's summarize it again for an overview. Nothing. The Big Bang. Mankind. Downfall. No, wait, that's too easy and too made up. We're already being laughed at by other space races. It's not as the not checking, self-destructing, crazy, depressed, seeing, hearing nothing, thrashing, frightened, clinging to things, back to the universe and life. Strictly speaking, it shouldn't exist. Why? Well, where is that supposed to come from? Out of nowhere. Hey, we actually said actually. And strictly speaking, nothing can come from nothing. Maybe you just can't see it from your point of view. It'd be possible. Maybe that's my problem because I can't understand. It's literally a song about philosophy. Like it's legitimately a song about philosophy. And it's a badass song. And Captain Peng has songs about like queer acceptance and fuck it. Like, for real, like he's a based ass fucking German dude.
Und sich toppen in der Disziplin der Selbstverarschung. Unsere Labyrinthe übersteigen die Erwartung jedes möglichen Meisters der Labyrinthe Dichtkunst. Wir folgen dem Kaninchen und huch, plötzlich bricht uns der Boden weg. 6000 Jahre fallen, Leute, die versuchen sich mit Gurten festzuschnallen. Ein elegant gestaltetes, jedoch ebenfalls fallendes, vom Wind schon halb erkaltetes, das sich den Spaß gefallen lässt, bis schallendes Gelächter durch den Wind hallt. Denn manche machen plötzlich mitten im Wind halt. Sie stoppen, nein, sie schweben und sie lachen sich halb tot, haben aufgehört zu halten und gestalten ihre Not um zur Tugend. Sie bemerken, dass das Fallen zum Schweben wird, wenn man aufhört, sich an Dingen festzukrallen.
Oh yeah, of course. Or Ramsey, you got it. And they know how to put a fucking song together.
Zurück zum Universum und zum Leben. Genau genommen dürfte es das alles gar nicht geben. Warum? Naja, woher soll es denn kommen? Aus dem Nichts. Hey, wir haben gesagt genau genommen. Und genau genommen kann aus nichts nichts entstehen. Vielleicht kannst du es nur aus deiner Sicht nicht sehen.
Ja.
Möglich wär's, vielleicht ist das mein Problem. Denn Variante 2 ist für mich auch nicht zu verstehen. Sie lautet, irgendwas hat schon immer existiert.
It's a 7-minute song, by the way. It's a 7-minute song. Okay, so this is French, which means it's cursed.
Tu reconnais l'impact du comique qui pose, qui parle d'une vie de chasse sans donner la patte. Tu te prends pour un crack, ton balai qui mouche, t'en vas vers les cieux car j'ai rodé la cape. Très loin de la magie de Disney, tous les flics te cuisinent parce que là t'es fait comme un rat. Ça sonne comme un viol auditif, autant dire que je viens de rentrer dans l'arène comme un roi. La vie est un combat quand on débrouille, y'a pas de coup bas, c'est un couple, tu l'as compris, je t'ai couplé le
Not bad.
Je crois que les dégâts se minimisent, ont des limites, c'est des VK qui vont tenter pour me repousser ses limites. Passons à l'attaque, arrête ton bavarder, c'est salaud que les poules se feront canarder. Ça carasse à la chaîne, travaille à la chaîne, j'ai pas la santé, t'inquiète à la mienne. Les flics te ramassent à force de faire le dur, le fric que te narre, c'est le nerf de la guerre. Moi je m'en fous de la caillasse, j'ai tellement fait le mur que je reste de marre quand on me jette de la pierre, je défonce tes bottes.
Here's my issue. I don't like his voice. That's what I'm finding. I don't like this dude's voice. I just don't like his voice. I think the flow is fine. I think the song is fine. I don't know if I like the beat yet, but fucking yeah, something about his voice is just not clicking for me.
Mes moments d'air pur, on se cache dans le noir, passé dans ma tanière, ça travaille mes ménages, le regard vers la lune et m'arrache des balles pour hisser ma bannière.
His skill is there though, for sure. No denying.
Tu veux du de son, on débarque dans l'heure et si tu crois qu'on aura ce que t'as, ne pas dans l'œil. Écoute cette douce mélodie qui résonne, c'est le récit d'une cigale parmi les cafards. J'admire ma vie, les plus je me questionne comme ce gosse est à peine sorti du placard. J'ai peur que mon heure sonne alors j'utilise ma feuille comme recueil. Approche ton oreille et t'entendras le vent qui souffle de mon porte.
Jesus Christ. Gentle Mad. Hold on, are you new here? It's not your first fucking time. Do you know what a joke is, Gentle Mad? Welcome to one.
Elle marque une page, c'est trop le d'époque et j'ai tellement la rage que mon son te dévore. Je suis dans les parages et ça décore des stores, je t'écrase tes oreilles tout comme des stores. Il le faut que l'on crame le corps au départ sur le beat, on s'esclame, on défonce les portes, sans tu fonces dans l'état et t'ignores les stops où tu passes à la trappe, tout comme les drops. On passe à l'attaque, là tu te penses cette trappe, tu digères la claque, là je marche en rabat et les flics me traquent quand je perds la marche, j'ai toujours le trait pour le sort de mes proches. On me dit mais dans votre carte, donc combien de temps vas-tu percer? Là n'est pas la question, donc je me lance comme le RC. Pour faire de l'argent, combien de sang vas-tu verser? Moi j'avance pas comme un mouton face à l'étoile du berger. Je suis un satellite autour d'une time avec gravite. Le jaune et le rouge font un carton. J'ai sifflé, ça reste mon libre arbitre. C'est l'heure de la mise au point. Tu goûteras mes phalanges tant que tu baves. Ici tu veux de l'air pur, t'as qu'un pot d'échappement comme du bas. Ici t'as pas d'amis, tu te manges tes patates la nuit quand les tabacs tapis loin du soleil de pas t'habite. Parce que le disque mène au mal, écoute la suite, la mélomane, on aplatit ta tête au bas quand tout va cliquer à l'air au max. Le dos sur la détente, c'est ton tour, c'est ton détente. Son détail, le son détale, le son détune, sans détente. C'est la tente qui retentit, ton attente qui met des dards. Ça détonne, tout est à terre, ça détonne, tu détales. Au total, on met des taux là, c'est état, on t'aide affiche, on t'état, on t'état, dans cette état, on tétanise, on t'atomise, tu t'étentes. J'ai la patate qui t'entête, c'est d'avocat du tout au on a coupé qui plie ton thème.
Okay, who gave me this? Fugue? Is this Fugue? Fugue, you gave me this. All right, this dude's flow is ridiculous. Yeah, no, I agree. I dig the flow. I dig his patterning. I dig the fucking beat. I like that fucking song. I'm not sure I like his voice is my issue, but beyond that, that song's a fucking banger. No denying that. That song's a fucking banger. Like, dude, when he finally hits that, for sure. Yeah, 100%. All I heard was and apparently it's a real language. Dude, that was fucking, his flow was on. He was on that beat. That was fucking tight. Yeah. No, I'm down for that. That's just, I'm not sure I dig his voice. Oh, it's about police brutality too. See? I love a good based rapper too. Fucking, I'm gonna add it to the list. I'm a vibe to that. I know I'm a vibe to that.
Si t'as pas d'amis, tu te manges tes patates la nuit quand on les tape à ta pile du sol et te pas ta bite parce que le disque nous mène au mal. Écoute assis, ta mène au man, on a platine ta tête au bateau, toute ma clique à l'air au max. Le temps sur la détente, c'est ton tour, c'est ton détente, son détail, le son détail, son détune, son détente, c'est la tente qui retentit, ton t'attends, qui met des dards, ça t'étonne, tout est à terre, ça détonne, tu détales. Au total, on met des taux là, c'est état, on t'est d'affiche, on t'est à tête, on t'est dans cet état, on t'étalise, on t'atomicité, on t'échelle la patate.
Not most. Some. Some. Not most. God damn. Yeah, he hit that. That's so hard to do. That's so hard to do. My French one did not prepare me for this. All right, 427. No. By the way, if you ever need something to, listen to. MF Doom with RZA and fucking Guru and Talib and DMX, fucking, yeah. If you ever need something to fucking listen to. 427. Let's see. Put it right here.
Just make sure you hold the mic really close. Super close. Like there. Okay. There you go.
It took me a while to understand MF Doom. I gotta tell you, I needed musicians to explain MF Doom to me. I'm not kidding you. I needed people who understood what was going on behind the scenes to explain MF Doom for me. And there's a video that does it. There's like a 20-minute video of breaking down why you need to understand MF Doom. Like this is like there's genius happening here, but it's not readily apparent. Yeah, I legitimately needed an explanation as to to get MF Doom. Took me ages. I have no problem admitting that. I did not understand what the fuck was going on. And because I have no musical theory education. And once fucking somebody laid it out and explained it in fucking graphs and charts and shit, it was like, oh, god damn, this is some of the most complex lyrical arrangement I've ever seen. Maybe period. It may actually be the most complex lyrical arrangement ever. Like MF Doom, yeah, like for real. Like, yeah, respect. Cliff notes. No, I can't. I really can't, Beard. I really can't give you a cliff notes of MF Doom's lyrical, like, genius. I legitimately am not skilled enough to give that explanation. But I can point you to the video that will teach you why, I think. Let's see. There we go. I think it's this one. No, it's not. But hold on. I will find it. Is it this?
A few weeks ago, I interviewed one of my favorite rappers, Open Mike Eagle, and immediately we started geeking out.
Yep. Okay. Here you go. Beard, there's a link in chat. It'll come up in a second. It's a Vox video about Rapping Deconstructed where they geek out over MF Doom. And that will explain to you the shit that I don't even... Yeah, I'm not capable of fucking delivering that explanation.
Our Montgomery County reporter joins us with the latest tonight.
She needs to learn how to use a microphone. That's my first issue. Take care of yourself, Hugh. No offense. I'd like to hear a clean feed off of this rather than the fucking microphone. Yeah, if you need to, this I can't even begin to this is the sort of shit you need to you need charting. Like, I'm not kidding you. To understand MF Doom, you need charts. You need shit like this. You need people to be able to count out this shit and explain the evolution of lyrical development and how MF Doom brought a genius to this. And then the explanation of all these different rapper styles and stuff and where Kendrick comes, and then there's MF Doom.
Mad Villainy, which most death and contain his excitement talking about Doom.
I bet $1 million on Doom against Lil Wayne. What up? The old rapper, shut up, and while you shutting up, put a shirt on, at least a button up.
For the most part, MF Doom...
He'll always be Mos Def to me. I'm sorry. I know he goes by another name now, and he has officially surrendered Mos Def. He surrendered it to... he gave it to Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert actually has the title of Mos Def. I'm not kidding you. He gave it to Stephen Colbert, but he will forever be Mos Def to me.
On the beat, but he uses multi-syllable rhyming phrases up the wazoo, often rhyming entire lines.
I can't even begin to explain this rhyming pattern.
This is called a holorhyme.
The worst hated God who perpetrated odd favors demonstrated in the perforated rod lavers. In all quad flavors, large savors.
He'll do setup, punchline. Like his following bar will be referencing the punchline, but not in a way that he's setting up another one. He just starts to go in another direction, but just acknowledges where the last bar was.
This is what Mike is talking about.
I wish I had 2 more wishes, and I wish they fixed the door to the Matrix's mad glitches. Spit so many verses, sometime my jaw twitches. One thing this party could use is more booze. Put yourself in your own.
MF Doom understands the power of rhyme and the beat and completely manipulates it in a humorous way. As Pitchfork points out, the rhyme's pattern and rap's topical stereotype demands the word bitches. Yet Doom humorously says booze and uses that rhyme to connect to the next sentence. Where artists like Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and Andre 3000 are telling very vivid stories with their rhymes, MF Doom is using his dense rhymes like a villain would use his superpower. Before you know it, you're being hit with a killer punchline, double entendres, and clever wordplay.
I love rappers with that syncopated, uneven...
I can't even begin to explain the complexity that Doom... But, he's your rapper's favorite rapper. That's, if you want to know about fucking MF Doom and you don't know about MF Doom, if you have a favorite rapper, he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. That's the explanation behind MF Doom. He's he was a technical genius and lyrical, just lyrically brilliant. And he was your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. This though, I'm gonna hang on to this. This Devodka. This was. La rapidité sur un instru de pas d'être inventé. Je la rappe, je ne m'enfuis pas de la trappe. Petit sentiment dans la puissance s'écrouler. Ma rime m'éclabousse à chaque fois que je la frappe. Sur le petit métévers quand je prends le micro là pour le faire. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'll keep that. Oh, I'm Doug Stanhope. Stanhope literally had a special called Your Favorite Comedian's Favorite Comedian's Favorite Comedian. I'm pretty sure, he had a tour called that. Yeah, but I mean, Attell and Stanhope fucking hang out, right? Attell and Stanhope have known each other for ages. They're in the same crew, and I love Attell too. But I'm a Stanhope guy. Let's see. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Mike Eagle, I saw him live here. Gave him a motherfucker a hug. Nice. Yeah. That's there. We've just done a fucking complete detour in nerddom. You grew up with Insomniac. That explains that. Yeah, dude, you can't grow up with Stanhope unless you live someplace fucked up. right? Like Stanhope came up in Vegas. His buddy owns a club here. So like 95, I have some of his earliest recording, like the earliest known video recording of Doug Stanhope I have. And it was back in 95 and he was still young. It's weird. But yeah, he did all of his, like, he did his coming up here in Vegas. And so he did like backyards and stuff here in Vegas. And so like the only way that you're going to get exposed to Stanhope, like, is just that way is, you know, you just got to be somewhere fucked up and he's performing. Cause you know, other than that stint on the Man Show, Doug Stanhope is not mainstream acceptable. So interesting though. Should I hang on to that one? Actually, you know what? Let me pop this into my main browser so I have it. And switch accounts. Jesus, YouTube. There we go. And then do that. And then switch accounts back. And we're good. Cool. Remember the Man Show was mainstream. I still remember Doug Stanhope's routine about the Man Show. Dudes still come up to him, by the way. You ruined the Man Show. Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel's Man Show on Comedy Central with fucking, what is it, the Juggies or whatever the fucking big-titted chicks jumping on trampolines were called, and the dude, the ziggy zaggy, oi, 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 the fucking dude that would down the beer that played the piano. Yeah, they brought in, when Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla wanted to get the fuck off that show, they brought in Doug and Joe Rogan. They brought in Joe Rogan and Doug Stanhope, who are friends from way back. And Stanhope still has guys that come up to him to this day. You ruined the Man Show. And I still, like, it's Stanhope's routine in my head. Not only did I ruin the Man Show, I'd ruin the Man Show all over again for a paycheck a tenth of what they paid me. In his own words, he'd do gay porn for a tenth of what they paid him. They paid him huge money to ruin the Man Show. Yeah, he's like, fuck your stupid show. I don't know if I'd call Doug a political activist. I don't know if I'd go that far, but that's fair. That's fair. Somebody described him as a political activist. Burr fucking rips off. Burr bites off Stanhope's fucking, but Burr knows how to make it more acceptable. Yeah. Burr knows how to make it more acceptable. Stanhope describes himself as fetish humor. He says basically Doug describes himself as a fetish comedian. Not many people are into him, but if you're into him, you're really into him. So, and I've always gone along with that description. I'm there for it. Yeah. He's like gaping anal porn or something. He's like Rosebud's territory, right? He's like prolapsed gaping anus porn, right? Like you have to be into it to be into it. He is not for the weak of heart. Oh, Bill Hicks. Yeah, Bill was just I hate this description. This is Ramsey. Bill was Jesus at his angriest. Brett Butler, his friend, female comedian, funny bitch in her own right. Brett knew Bill from way back, and she described Bill Hicks as Jesus at his angriest. I'm sure he's thrown a beer bottle in protest before. His thing is batteries, Beast. He even used it in a fucking line in No Refunds. You should be down there throwing batteries at these motherfuckers. He lights a he did No Refunds in New York in a small dingy comedy club, and he gets out on fucking stage right after the smoking ban and just lights a cigarette, and the audience cheers, and he goes, if this pisses you off, there's an exception for theatrical productions for the smoking ban in New York, because they didn't want to fuck up, and I quote, I quote directly, because they didn't want to fuck up some faggy Tennessee Williams production. So New York gave an exemption for any theatrical productions to smoke on stage. So Doug walks out on stage in a comedy club and just starts smoking because he can. And he goes, if this pisses you off, I don't know, maybe vote next time. Maybe next time when these assholes suggest some stupid shit like this, you should be down there at City Hall throwing batteries at them. He even used the line in comedy. Yeah, his thing is batteries. It really is, Beast. Oh, Bill. Oh, Doug has complete blanket cards. You understand it. Doug Stanhope has cards to use the F word, the C word, the N word. Legitimately, he's earned them. He on stage, he has said, if it bothers you that I use this word, I'll suck your dick after the show to keep the word. He legitimately in a small club one time asked whether he said, do I have any dudes in here who are black who'd be willing to whip their dick out and put it on my face for a Polaroid? And people are like, what's going on? He goes, look, I need the word. He's like, I need the word. I want the word. And if I've got to suck some black dick to get it, I'll do whatever I got to do. I have no self-respect left, and I don't give a shit what you people think about me. That Polaroid exists from that show. Dude hooked him up afterwards. He's like, yeah, I'll dick slap you in the face. No big deal. Yeah, he's not in the photo. The guy isn't in the photo. His dick is in the photo. Yeah, Doug has a fucking Polaroid from, being dick slapped by a big fucking meaty black cock. He's like, look, I will suck your dick after this show to keep these words. I do not care. I've always respected the fuck out of that. I have. He's like, yeah, whatever. If there's weird rules about these words, like you can only use it if, he's like, fine, no big deal. What's it take? Beast, no, it's not framed. I've never seen it in the studio. That's my dick in that photo. Yeah, I've never seen it in his rec room. So if it is framed somewhere, it's not framed in the rec room. But it's somewhere. But yeah, no, the photo has been seen prior to the rec room being built. So whether he still has the photo, whether the photo has gone missing, I don't know. But yeah, Doug he very much my rule for comedians comes from Doug Stanhope. It's only funny if you actually do it. If a comedian tells a joke about something that's just a construct that supposedly they did, it's not funny. It's not funny. But Doug's telling a joke about how after TSA and 9/11 got rolled out and he's a traveler, he doesn't take a lot of luggage. He doesn't take luggage on airplanes and stuff like that. So when he does have to fly, his checked luggage, well, I'll let him speak for himself, I suppose. I travel with the most heinous marital aids possible, slathered in Hershey's chocolate syrup and granola. So if the TSA agent wants to randomly check my bag, they're going to get an eyeful and have to deal with some shit. Actually did it. Actually has been pulled out for random TSA checks. Actually has had a TSA agent crack that case open and get a Hershey's chocolate slathered double. It was the fist. It was the fist because he talks about the fist. A fucking Hershey's chocolate slathered big rubber fucking fist. They had to, middle of the airport, they open this bag and out comes this chocolate covered fist. He's like, Doug's like, it doesn't embarrass him. It doesn't embarrass him in the least. So for him, it's just fucking with you. Yeah. And we can count on him doing shit like that. So it's funny when he tells a joke about doing that because he did it. It's funny because he did it. It's not some fucking Seinfeld level, what's the deal with airline food shit, right? It's legitimately subversive humor, and he does it. That was the moment I truly came to love, respect, and put Doug at my number 2. George Carlin, Doug Stanhope. Doug Stanhope is the greatest living comedian. Just straight up. Marcus, considering TSA might force a performance to get off, it's a calculated risk. I mean, you know. I mean, that's too sexual. I would have preferred a very phallic dildo because a fist is not sexual enough. Oh, okay. Cupcake fucking. Cupcake, he's had fucking 16-inch double dongers, as he describes them. 16-inch double donger. Yeah. Oh, he's carried those too before. He's spoken openly about it. Butt plugs, the fist, 16-inch double donger. I forget what else. Yeah, I forget what else he's carried to fuck with these guys. Yeah. Ugh, and I don't like Larry David. I like Larry David's writing. I hate his fucking performance. Yeah. I straight up, greatest living comedian. His performances, okay, hold on. We're about to, all right, let me try. This is, This is it. I have it. This is, you want to know, if you don't know Doug Stanhope, like if I'm talking to you and you're like, I've never really watched this guy before, here you go.
I'm not picking on cops. Cops are, for the most part, cops are just doing their job. And I had to do a benefit show, and I make jokes about cops because they're an easy target for a joke, but I had to do a benefit show for fallen families of fallen police officers. And I mean, it's something that makes you think, because you do fuck with it, but it makes you realize they do risk their lives every day and get shit on all around. If you're a cop and you're sitting here, I'll buy you next drink, seriously. Are you a cop? You're in training? This is sweet. Because I'm lying. No, I'm making all this shit up. This is a sting operation. There's your training right here. You know how the cops do you when you get a warrant, you forgot to pay a traffic ticket, so they send you a thing, hey, you won a free TV. And you go, woohoo, I'm a winner. And you run down there with your thumb in your ass, hey, I'm a winner. And then they arrest you and make fun of you on the news. This is a reverse sting. I just want to see where you egomaniacs are sitting in case I want to score drugs after the show. I know who to avoid. I did a benefit for fallen police officers. Yeah, it was called the Pigs and Blankets Foundation. I masturbated through the whole event with a pinwheel hat on, right in the front row. They don't risk their lives for you. He's going to risk his life, but since when did risking your life become something that people see as out of the ordinary? People risk their lives all the time, every day, and they do it for fun. They drink and drive, and they bungee jump, and they do crazy shit all the time. It's not because of you. They fuck last call whores without a condom. Woo! That ain't risking their life for the whore. Right? People they don't risk their lives for you. They risk their lives for the low level of celebrity involved in being a cop. You risk it. It's all about the ego. People wrestle alligators too, but never once has someone done it without an audience. All right? You see what I'm saying? If the cops are in. If I were a cop, I'd be an angry motherfucker right now, and I'll tell you why. Because the hero pussy that motivated you into the force, after 9/11, There was such an amazing glut of hero pussy. Cops couldn't walk out of their house. You didn't have to be anywhere near New York City. Cops all across there, girls just see the uniform and they would stop, drop, and suck his dick. He's a hero. Get it, girl. Hero. Get that hero dick. You couldn't walk out of your house without hero pussy being vaulted at you out of a catapult like rotted octopus, slapping you in the face. Hero pussy. You'd have to carry a tennis racket. Have you gone through tennis racket training yet? You carry a tennis racket to swat hero pussy to the ground so you can get to your call in time. And that placated you for a while. All the cops were happy for a while, but then the war started. And the hero pussy market all shifted to the military. All the military guys are getting the hero pussy. And the cops, there's still cops today. You can spot them in bars. They'll carry pictures of the Twin Towers around with them, trying to remind the dumb chicks. Remember me? I'm on Homeland Defense, yeah. Yeah, this could happen right here in Renton if I wasn't very vigilant, you know? Will you at least touch it? Will your stanky friend watch me, Jack? Something? Who's your friend in the camouflage? Fuck this! I'm joining the fire department. This is bullshit.
Oh, but wait.
The troops, though, troops are different. You gotta support the troops, right?
Mm-hmm. Wrong again, motherfuckers.
Wrong again. You keep trying, but I'm not saying don't support the troops. I'm saying I support people on an individual basis. I gotta meet the troop first. If I meet the troop, he's a cool troop, we drink, and he doesn't turn into a dildo, yeah, I'll support him. I'll support him no matter what he does. I'll write his specific name on the yellow ribbon so they know it's just PFC James Campbell or whatever his fucking name is, and then he can do whatever he wants. He could go AWOL or drop bombs on his own guys and Canadians or whatever, and I'll go, hey, he's having a bad day. I know that guy. I drank with him. He's cool. Right? But some troops are dickheads. Some troops are, you know them, some are fucking assholes. I was down in Killeen, Texas by Fort Hood. There was a troop down there in a bar, and he wanted to hammer my head flat because I accidentally dumped over his piss-warm draft beer. And he was fucking, you know how they get the fucking forearm swinging forward? The fucking monkey redneck fucking, oh, you want to kick my ass? I didn't support that troop during the war. I did not. That troop was a shithead, and I hoped he died first. That's the only reason I watched that. Boring. No, I wanted to see his little peanut head explode on CNN on a choppy satellite feed because he's a fucking asshole. He's not fighting for your freedom. He's fighting because he's a psychopath that wants to kill somebody. He found a good outlet, and that's good.
I get you, Ramsey.
Right? That's why I'm pro-war, as long as it's voluntary. This war was voluntary. I mean, there's no draft. They weren't yanking kids out of the inner city and making them go.
Max. Okay, so one, I'll get you that link, Ramsey. This is going someplace that a few of you you're going to know, like once you're going to see the impact. Like this is going someplace specific. And it is one of the most based ass shit. Because remember, all jokes are structured from punchline backwards. Comedians write a punchline, they work backwards. They write a premise, they work backwards from that premise. All of this is leading to something he wants to do.
Fight a war. Everyone who joined the military military because they kind of want to go kill other people, right? And that's good. That's your instinct. Your instinct is your true God. Follow it. If you just want to fucking kill someone, there's a place for it. Go to the military. As long as people who kind of want to go kill other people are going to kill other people who kind of want to go kill other people, you're killing all the right people and opening up all the best parking spaces because people who want to kill other people are the last people I want to party with because I get mouthy when I drink. So go, have a big killing free-for-all. Make up wars. Fight over Antarctica. Call it Manifest Destiny and do it on, do 12-man teams from different countries on paintball fields with real weapons and put it on pay-per-view. Let it generate its own revenue so it's not sucking our fucking supplies dry, right? Military should be, you should be able to quit anytime you want. That way they'd really have to sell you on the war. They can't just like suck you in with some bullshit. 18 years old where you don't know what you do. That's what people say. That's not true. They don't want to kill people. Some people just join the military because they need college money. Then they're idiots and college wasn't going to help. Right? There's plenty of other ways to get college money. Suck a dick. Rob a guy, steal a car, steal a pallet of that shit off the forklift you run at UPS and sell it out of a van on a highway off-ramp. Swing around the brass pole a few times, Jessica Lynch. You'll have plenty of college money and never leave West Virginia.
Oh, I love where this goes.
Boom.
Just wait.
Keep a war going. Don't have a war against terrorism.
Jealous.
Terrorism's a brilliant form of warfare. Sorry. It's being used inappropriately now. The terrorists we have now, they just are bad at it. They're using it in an inappropriate and ineffective fashion. But terrorism is a form of warfare. How do you have rules for war? What's that all about? Oh, that's Saddam Hussein, he was ready to use chemical weapons. That's against the rules. Fuck you. It's a war, faggot. Fight it or get out. Ain't no rules. It's like, what's a Geneva Convention? What's that sick shit? You got rules for, we're going to kill each other by the hundreds of thousands. Not us, of course, poor people's kids. But if we're going to do it, let's jot down some rules, right? What if can they hit him in the face with a garden rake? Gentlemen, what do you think? Yeah, okay, all right, everyone in, hit him in the face with a garden rake is okay. What about mason him? No, that's chemical. That's fighting like a fairy. No, mason, that's what girls use. That's fighting like a girlie. Right? It's a war. If you attack me, I'm a weaker country. I will use any weapon I have. I will chemical weapon, nuclear weapon, girly eye gouge, sucker nut punch, dog shit in a wrist rocket, whatever's going to keep you away from me. Go, yeah, it's a war. Fight it or quit crying, faggot. And yes, if you're in here and you're gay and you're offended that I'm using the word faggot, I apologize and I'll suck your dick after the show. Because faggot's way too good of a word, though. It's a faggot. It's got it's not even a gay thing. I'll suck your dick. I'll turn queer to keep the word. I don't care.
And he has. He has, in fact. But wait, there's more. Because this routine actually ends up in... Is this the entire routine? This is the entire routine. So
I don't have to figure out math. And my wife a year and a half. I got a ceiling device. Must be 18. Void. Big pain in the... Find the grip. Took off the top.
Okay. So... here's where this bit actually ends up. The cop walks out of the room. He goes to the bathroom. Ramsey, here's the whole routine. Here's the whole set. Like that's the whole special. I have every bit of his on multiple devices in my house. I'm not kidding you. Like I said, I have his earliest footage. It's not even like it's never been published. Like I have his 1995. I'm a comedy nerd. The cop walks out of the room. He goes to the bathroom. In that moment, Doug says, basically, the entire routine works towards a direction. Doug is traditionally what we would describe as mildly right-wing libertarian. He's economically right-wing libertarian. He's socially very progressive. He's very much a minarchist territory. He's very much in the sort of like, he wants the reduction of the state, but he, by his own admission, is not smart enough to conceive of an economic system. This is his own admissions. And this is why he doesn't do shit like Joe Rogan, right? He understands. He's always understood. He's like, I'm a dumb dude. He's like, I'm not, like, that's not, you know, he, by his own admission, he's never, like, I can't conceive of it. But he admits that, like, there's better ideas, right? And he's not a fan of police. He's not a fan of the state. He's a big fan of finding the grift. Oh, yeah, he's been on Rogan a couple of times. He's a big fan of finding the grift. He literally tells the audience, like, multiple ways to fuck the system over. Like, the whole way through the routine. The whole routine is an instruction manual on how to run the grift on the state. So, again, fucking link in chat. At the end, or not at the end, but the cop gets up and goes out of the room. He goes to the bathroom. Doug looks at the audience and says, and this is how you beat him. Take jury duty. Take jury duty. You beat him in jury duty. Say no. Just say not guilty. In fact, the more guilty they are, the funnier it is. Ramsey, good luck. Sorry, man. He gives a whole fucking joke, a whole premise that is hilariously delivered about this dude who, you know, he does a full fucking routine on jury nullification, an instruction manual on how to do it, makes it funny and appealing and logical to the audience to do so, and does it intentionally towards this cop in this community, in this room. He doesn't do like big places where people tour all. The people he's speaking to are people who live in that town. In that video, he literally is pointing to a cop who is in the academy right now. He is trying to become a cop. He teaches this room full of people right there on the spot how to beat him. Whole set on a whole fucking routine on jury nullification. It is watching old Doug Stanhope is it's really instructional. It really is like teaching, like this will, you know, yeah, there's stuff that he tried. And he even expresses this in some of his later work, like burning a bridge to nowhere from Oslo. Because his personal admission, America doesn't really get him on a certain level. And he says this in a side in his Burning the Bridge to Nowhere Oslo record, that I've been trying, like, I don't really have anything else. I've been trying to teach you motherfuckers for ages, you know, some solutions, and none of you seem to be actually listening. And I'm like sitting there, you know, and I you know, like, I'm a fan of his and I'm a comedy nerd. There's no fucking way that's not getting lost on me. Dude, Doug Stanhope was a big part of sort of like the propagandist part of my brain. That, like, to see how insane, like, I've seen it from like Carlin, right? Like, we all know Carlin was this grand philosopher of comedy that sort of pushed America left. And not only pushed America left, but created a language, a method of thought for like looking at how fucked up some of this stuff was. And he started way back. Like most people like under a certain age, just sort of like George Carlin was always old to them. And if you actually go back to like a ways from when Carlin was in a suit and his evolution through the psychedelic era and into the sort of hippie territory and the loosening up and the transformational material era, you start to see this sort of like anti-statist, you know, leftist perspective being taught to America. And Doug Stanhope is like the cocaine version of that. If you can hang in for the ride, Carlin always said that his favorite thing about comedy was getting the audience to meet him at their line, to find the audience's line and then get them to come across with him. So he saw his job as sort of like stepping onto the side of the audience's like logical processes, and then he would intentionally manipulate them. He would take you by your hand and walk you across that line over to his side of it. And Stanhope doesn't do that. Stanhope is basically like, there is no fucking line. Get your shit together. Right? Like, this is fucked. Do something about it. There's ways to fucking grift it. There's ways to game the system. The rich people do it all the fuck time. Like, it's that sort of methodology. Stanhope bought a fucking, like, as soon as he got his nut, like, I'm not kidding you, he bought a fucking house in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Bisbee, Arizona. He straight up says, he's like, I'm on the fire exit. When he first bought the property and people talked to him about it, he's like, yeah, I bought a piece of property right on the fire exit. It's right on the Mexican border, basically. All the drugs come right through there. Like, they're all aware. Like, he's like, yeah, I have a fucking house in the bumfuck nowhere. I have a couple of abortions on my record. We have no kids. We have expendable income. Fuck it. If you can find that moment and get your fucking payday and fucking run, yeah. He's like, yeah, fuck all this shit. This stuff is bullshit. All of his comedy is that expression of that, like, all of this is bullshit, right? Like, he's not a weed guy, he's a shrooms guy. But he doesn't get woo-woo about it at all. So yeah, no, there's like, for real, like, some anti-statist comedy out there that is hugely entertaining, ridiculously funny. But you gotta put your fucking adult pants on. Like, if you got shit, like, if you, and by shit, I don't mean like society's definition of shit. I mean like our definition of shit, right? Like, if you've got hang-ups, Doug Stanhope will destroy you. He will melt your brain. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to delete this fucking recording, by the way. This is probably TOS. Like, this dude, he drops the F-bomb so many times. Like, I don't know if there's a TOS exemption for that. I'm probably have to fucking delete this. See if I catch a fucking suspension. Like, this fucking... If you have hang-ups, he will melt your brain. You will inevitably... He jokes about how people, he, all over the years, do you know how many fucking people he would walk in a show? He could walk them. By the point that you're hearing him there, he usually has on the road, not for a show like this that's being recorded and ticketed, so like the fans come out, like the hardcores come out, right? We're there for it. In a typical road show for Doug Stanhope, he's going to walk 1 to 2 people a night. Guaranteed. Nowadays, not so much. But in that era, oh yeah. He'd get up and be like, dude, there are no sacred cows. I'm going to fucking really take some pokes here. And if you've got hang-ups about basically anything, if you can't laugh with it, if you don't see the humor in it, then good luck. Because, yeah, he would walk 1 to 2 a night, no problem. It happened all the time. Christians, Americans, fucking thin blue line type people, it doesn't matter. It's just, yeah, a lot of them. He's very young and hanging out with older people, mostly Aussies. Oh, that's always fucking... not fuck, Max. That's not. let's see. Subject politics came up, and I expressed my frustration about the system, all of it. And one of the oldest Aussie friends, who was literally like out of the hospital, told me the internet is a cacophony of people whining for attention. If you want to positively affect the world, all you can do is scream out as loud as you can over and over until your voice gives out or you die. Stuck with me. I think there's other ways too, but it's poetic. Give enough people are fed up with the system, this shit doesn't faze them like it used to. Yeah, Caboose, it's usually comedy happens in weird places, like commercial establishments, like for road shows and stuff. Like when you're a working comic, when you're a working touring comic, not Louis C.K., not Bill Burr, not George Carlin, not Richard Pryor, not take your fucking pick, right? It doesn't matter, right? They all when you're a working comic, you end up in these weird shopping mall comedy joints and shit like that. Just some really fucking dumb locations. And people come out because it's like Saturday night. It's the thing to do. We're going to the comedy club. And they go and see comedy. And people consume, in America, people consume comedy like that. That's a very real way that people consume comedy. They just go to the comedy place, the bar, so the fucking comedy store type copy that has been spawned all over this country, there, and just some horrid locations that you end up playing as well that you just are inappropriate, that you've been booked for because you're a working comic and you need the money. It's good for it's good to get your name out. You fucking work and you work the material. Bad shows are informative too. You get paid and you get to work on some stuff. See Max's reference to Bill Burr's Philly bit. That's a classic example of when a show goes bad and it's perfect. It's perfect. So there's this element of that it's that people consume comedy like that. So it's a very random shot of consumers, oftentimes locally. So people come out to the comedy place, the bar or whatever, and there's a comedian playing, and sometimes that comedian can be Doug Stanhope, right? Not anymore. He's not playing shows like that anymore, right? He hasn't played shows like that in years, but once upon a time, oh yes, for many years, there was a chance that comic could be Doug Stanhope. And he he definitely would leave an impact. Yep, like all art, practice makes perfect. I saw the guy who played the bully from Back to the Future that way in Reno. Fucking yeah, it's weird, which is great for building crowd work. Doesn't matter if you bomb 50 times, 51, you're gonna be funnier. Yep, exactly, Max. I didn't, Crix. I know I didn't. But I'm just gonna lead the show out and then I'll do a thing. That's adorable. You're not even worth my attention. Oh, fucking Russia's getting their handed so badly. But yeah. Yeah, no, I can go on about comedy and specifically specific comics too for a while. Like I said, I'm a comedy nerd. Specifically stand-up. I don't give a shit about sketch comedy. I don't give a shit about. I'm a stand-up comedy nerd, and I got to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, stand-up is where you prove whether you're funny. Now you're just spamming. Just go away. That's where you prove your chops. I remember seeing Greg Giraldo when he was really young at a Latino comedy showcase. Yeah, Lucy. Greg's of that crew, the Comedy Store, the Comedy Cellar. Sorry, in New York. There's that era. Bill Burr's of that crew too. The Patrice, because Patrice was the reason that they were all sharp, right? Fucking yeah. There's Norton, Patrice, Geraldo, let's see. There's a few of them. I'm forgetting a few, but yeah, that's the Cellar crew. Yeah, that's the Geraldo was one of them. And yeah, he was funny. He was funny. He was quick. Kelly and Voss, thank you, Moody. Yeah, I knew I was forgetting a couple of them. Voss is easily forgettable. Sorry, Robert. Fuck Voss. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Straight up. God, he's obnoxious. But yeah, dude, Patrice was the reason they were. Patrice is the reason all those guys are as fun as they were. For real. I mean, mad respect on Patrice's name. He was the quickest of that generation of comics. Yeah, 100%. He was lightning fast. He was terrifying to other comics. Like, for real. Like, they speak on that. Like, they've told those stories that the feeling you'd get when Patrice walked into the room, because you knew, like, you're on your A game now. Like, wisecracking between comics, trying to one-up each other, performing for each other, you know, that sort of thing, that just hanging out as working comics. Yeah, that's how you get better at your craft. That's how the art truly comes. And yeah, he wasn't fast. He was sudden. It just, Patrice was lightning quick. Like, legitimately. I don't know of another comic that was as fast as Patrice, historically or contemporarily. Maybe a couple of vaudeville performers. Mom's Mabley was pretty quick on her feet, but Patrice was he may be the fastest comic. Like, just straight up. He was impressively fast. And so when we're saying fast, like, you understand what's cognitively what Patrice was working with was, I mean, look, some of us swim across the ocean, some of us boat across the ocean, some of us fly across the ocean. This motherfucker was taking the Concorde across the ocean, all right? He was quick. Motherfucker could think. He could think on his feet very quickly. And not just like, you know, struggling. He would have the analysis of what you said to him, deconstruct it, take the best way to attack you back, right? He didn't analyze this piece and fucking hit you back. As Lucy says, he wasn't fast, he was sudden. Like, it was just a brick wall. And you're like, God damn, that was good. Right? It's not that it was just quick. It's that he was good. Right? He was brilliant at his, like, what he was going to do, and he could do it like that. He was terrifyingly quick. And yeah, and again, like all great comics, dude, his commentary on racial interaction in this country and how the powers that be separate us is some of his best work. His routine on how the scariest thing for the powers that be is in this country is that if white people and black people got along. Straight up. He says his shit on stage. He's just like, yeah, that's the scariest thing for this country. Straight up. You want to know what freaks the powers to be out? If white people and black people just fucking chilled. If we could heal that divide, they would be fucked. They'd be fucked. It's indicative of a whole series of things. Like, you have to understand, like, Patrice is talking about an underlying structure that, thank you, Mouse, that he's looking at it that way. It's not that just, it's like, oh, if we just magically got to get, no, like, if black people and white people in this country managed to actually properly, powers to be in this country would know what to do. They'd be fucked. There's too much that would be at play at that point. Yeah. Patrice was, yeah, he was the best of his generation, for sure. Yeah, it was a huge loss. That was my specialty, spontaneous quips and improvisational parody. 80% of the government arsenal is pointing the finger to someone else. It really is. Yeah, it really is. his analysis on the the relationships, the power dynamic and relations between the male and female specimens, as he saw, may not be to some people's liking. He was a bit, I don't know, forthright about his opinion on matters. Yeah. And both sides too. It's not a left or right thing. No, yeah. No, Amherst, it's yeah. Yeah, we were talking earlier on the server, actually, in one place, about how Keffels up in the Keffels was associated with the Canadian commie group, or the Communists of Canada group, one of their groups. And when Keffels was going through her thing, it should be a fucking... They apparently turned their backs and started mocking her and shit like that. I was like, yeah, solidarity amongst commies. You can always count on that. That's dude. It's just, God damn it. It's such an easy tactic. That in-group tribalistic, chauvinistic impulse. So easy to take advantage of it. It is. We're all susceptible to it. Nobody is immune from propaganda. Nobody is immune from these. You have to have an intellectual immune system, and you have to actually have a network of people, because frankly, whether we want to accept it or not, we already operate on a hive mind. So, it's always been a hive mind. That's how our species, we need to just accept the transhumanist thing. You know that, right? My people know that. Fucking, just accept the transhumanist thing. We want to be a hive mind. We're a hive mind. That's how we operate as a species. We always have. We just need to figure out how to maintain a level of autonomy from the hive mind. But we want the hookup. We want the hookup. We're after it. That's what we're chasing. That's the dragon we're chasing technologically. We want to connect ourselves to it. We want to become one with it. We're already, our contacts are on our eyeballs, right? We're trying to get this technology into us as much as we possibly can. It's always been our impulse. You need to just accept that. So yeah, you need to have an intellectual immune system, but you also have to, take advantage of the hive mind. We're a social species. That's how we work. And, there's these masters to ringing around. There's these masters of sort of independent thought, shall we say, that comedians can play with. It was the Communist Party, probably. Marcus, it's not his most famous speech, but in the same way, I like to point people to a letter from Birmingham jail. No, I know. Yeah, it's. I like to point to people to Deb's speech on the importance of an integrated union movement for that reason. 100 years old and still instructive. Plus, it ends with the legendary sign-off, yours without compromise. Eugene V. Debs. I like that. We should listen to, because we watched Citizen Kane last night for a good movie night. And there's Orson Welles reads John Brown's letter or statement to the court. Sorry. There is an Orson Welles reading of John Brown's statement to the court that is, oh God, it's amazing. Let's see. You should call it the Canadian Communist Collective of the People. Oh, Jesus. Stand-up comedy is a really unique art. It surprised me that so many countries don't even have it. Lucy, yeah, it is. It's seemingly it's born of the, it's born of the truth of the matter is stand-up is basically American. The modern conception of stand-up is an American creation. It's born of our unique economic circumstances and the layout of our country and how we got touring comics and stuff like that. It's born of like vaudeville. It's born of like there's roots, right? But it's American. Yeah, it's ours, and it's. Oh no, Max! Like, there's roots there as well. Yes, for sure. Like, there's comedy roots, there's theatrical roots, but the actual act of stand-up comedy is ours. And we it's interesting seeing it spread to other countries. The British by nature are of course very good at it. Automatically, it has farcical origins. That there's elements of a narrator in a classical play that during a farce being able to provide a sort of master of ceremonies, humorous sort of crowd work. There's elements and roots, but like what we consider modern stand-up is sort of it was found and forged here. And yeah, I'm super, like, it's one of the few things that I can like look at and go like culturally, yeah, legitimately, I think we did a good one for once. Like that's a good thing. Stand-up's a good thing. Yeah. That is speaking truth to power if you do it correctly. I hate hacky stand-ups. I hate them with a passion. I truly do. I truly hate a hack. I hate a hack. Jerry Seinfeld's a fucking hack. He made $1 billion being a hack. I hate that dude. What's the deal with fucking airline food? That's like, I mean, it's stereotypical and reductive, but go listen to Jerry Seinfeld's fucking stand-up. It's fucking stereotypical and reductive. It's garbage stand-up. It's fucking appeal. It's the lowest common denominator. It's the fucking McDonald's of comedy. It's garbage. When he's speaking Larry David's words, he can be more amusing. But he made $1 billion being a hack. Fucking Leno. Leno's a fucking garbage human being. And he's a fucking garbage comic. Once upon a time, he could work a club. Once upon a time, he could work a club. That motherfucker comes along and just absolutely fucking sold his soul to the devil. Fucking A. Bill Hicks's routine on Jay Leno, if you ever want to hear something. Bill Hicks's routine on Jay Leno. Jesus fucking Christ. And who's the latest? Who's the new Leno? Who's that fucking kid? Who's that fucking dumbass? The fucking one that laughs at nothing. Who am I thinking of? His name is so inconsequential that I don't even like, what is that motherfucker's name? Jimmy Fallon. Thank you. Jimmy Fallon. Nope, not Kimmel. It's Fallon. Oh God, he is just awful. Awful. He's awful. And he's making just so much money. You know he makes so much money. You know he makes so much fucking money. He's awful. He is just a tool of the status quo. He's mediocrity writ large. He's everything they sell you on in this country at this point. It's just fucking right down the middle. It's just bullshit. Ugh. His laugh is literally a meme. I mean, I don't really find Kimmel that funny, Max. I don't. He's not. He's, they're all like Conan O'Brien is number one. Conan O'Brien's number one. I'm sorry. Like what, who, I mean, you can talk about Letterman, but like Conan O'Brien's like legitimately funny. Like he's legitimately funny. He's a brilliant writer and he's legitimately funny. All of the rest of them have varying degrees sold their souls. Seth Meyers actually kind of funny too. Oh, Craig Ferguson. Yes. Craig Ferguson is definitely worth mentioning because Craig Ferguson was a functioning stand-up. Craig Ferguson is legitimately funny. He's not like, see, this is Amherst. I didn't even think of Craig Ferguson is like, well, yeah, Craig Ferguson's show was great, but he's not a talk show host. He's legitimately funny as a stand-up. Like, yeah, he's actually, he's legitimately funny. He's not talk show host funny. Yeah, Conan O'Brien is like the top of the talk show pile because none of them are actually like, you know, real comics. Craig Ferguson's actually a comic. I was never a fan. Yeah, Conan's good people. Like, you know, he apparently takes care of his people. So, and he fucking, dude, they paid him like, dude, the fucking network paid that dude like $45 or $95 million to walk away from the fucking Tonight Show. And Conan like acts like he's broken up and it really fucked him up and stuff like that. But then fucking TBS handed this dude a fucking blank check and said, go nuts and fucking do whatever you want. We won't get in your way. Right? Fucking dude, that dude walked away from that deal stupid rich. And yeah, he took all of his people. He took every single one of his staff with him. He takes care of his people. Like, they're legitimately well looked after. Yeah, he's like good people. Yeah. Yeah, he likes to meme for sure, but he got the better deal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard his podcast. I heard a clip of his podcast, Max. He found the piece of paper where the monorail sketch came to be. Like, it's because infamously the Simpsons monorail sketch about stupid privatized spending within the public sphere of how we're going to invest in some fucking goofball monorail program that's for this fucking Johnny come lately. It's basically Elon Musk before Elon Musk was even a thing, right? It's this boondoggle project within the privatized space, and Conan, like, it's Conan's episode. He created it. And so, yeah, he found the piece of paper, like, you know, not too long ago where he, like, you know, monorail, and, like, you know, the sketch came to be. Oh yeah, Mr. Show's good. David Cross is funny as fuck. David Cross is like legitimately Elon Musk. Simpsons did it. Yeah. Yeah, David Cross has some like old school, like sexually subversive stuff. Yeah. An alrapist. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just a fucking, that's our team, like, and maybe a Canadian mixed in there somewhere too. Canadians can be funny. They send us a lot of comics. No, for sure. Canadians, like, send us a lot of comics because they get it. Like, they're already America Light. They tend not to be as edgy as ours. America Light. But if you want edgy, if you want cutting, if you want like insightful, like the ones who are really working it these days are the British Isles, Scotland, Ireland, and definitely England to some extent or another. They've got some really good working comics right now that are really doing some solid, like, you know, truth to power, the way stand-up should be done, that is, you know, critiquing society and holding a mirror up to itself. Yeah. Do you ever watch ball? Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Fucking Frankie's insane. I love Frankie. He's fucking batshit insane. That dude does not know how to hold his tongue. He does not know how to hold his tongue. That motherfucker talked about sniping off the Queen. Like, for real. Like, he said crazy shit on BBC. He was just like, yeah, whatever. You keep inviting me back, I'm going to keep saying shit. If you make the mistake of inviting me back here, I'm going to do shit. So he just kept doing it. Acaster's brilliant. Stewart's good. But, like, yeah, Acaster's working it. Nish is working it. Fucking yeah, there's a couple. Both Nish and Acaster have brilliant trans bits. Both slagging off Ricky Gervais. Yeah. Aisling B can be really funny too sometimes. She's got some really good like sort of thinking about gender equality and leveling that playing field and how society addresses it bits. She's got some good work on that. Boyle got sanctioned for saying bats lived in the queen's vagina. Frankie's insane. I love him. He's batshit. Yeah, they got a few good ones over there. John Panette. Yeah, he was funny. Yeah, he never really did work. He was just funny. Hand someone a copy of Work, Consume, Die without warning them about Frankie. I mean, I don't think anybody should be warned about Frankie. I think Frankie's like a hand grenade. Yeah. I would 100% be like, all right, so you need to know about this dude, Doug Stanhope. He's going to fucking say some shit. Like, I would front load Doug Stanhope. Frankie is a hand grenade. You just toss Frankie in a fucking room and walk away, basically. That's like, here, you know, you want somebody funny? Here, just watch this. Especially if you are British. Like, if you're from that part of the world, dude, Frankie's fucking speaking truth to power and taking some real swings at people. Like, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't cross the pond really. As he doesn't speak to us as readily. Some of that, what's the End of the World show he does? Some of that could cross pretty effectively. Fern, which one? Yeah, wait, hold on. I think I know Fern. Yes, I do. She doesn't. Oh, this is the full comedy special. Okay, I've only seen clips of her. I think I've seen the Apollo clips. Oh no, I saw her on this. I watched this. Okay, so I watched this stupid fucking show. I watched one of these. Just out of I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, Fern Brady, a Comedy Central roast battle UK, and it had I was like, and it had Joe Lysette. Yeah, it's this episode, and fucking it had Fern Brady on it. Yes, Frankie Boyle's New World Order. Yes, that show was that one can cross. Yeah, that's where I saw Fern. I think I was like,